What really happens if you ejaculate every single day? It's a question a lot of men have quietly wondered about, maybe in the shower, maybe late at night, but rarely say out loud. In a world full of mixed messages and myths, it's hard to tell what's genuinely healthy and what's just locker room talk. Is this a sign of a strong, healthy libido, or can it turn into too much of a good thing? Well, today we're going to dig deep into this topic. No tiptoeing around it. I'm Dr. Masha, and we're going to take a clear-eyed, fact-based look at the science of daily ejaculation. The truth isn't as simple as a yes or no. It's more layered than that. We're going to explore the real potential benefits as well as the possible downsides. First, we'll cover 5 benefits research suggests can come from a daily release. Then, we'll flip it and go over 5 possible problems you should know about. By the end, you'll walk away with a sharper, more balanced understanding of how this very personal habit can affect both your body and your mind. But first, please like the video. The more people like it, the more YouTube will distribute it to people who don't have access to doctors or hospitals. Also, please share the video with your friends and family. Many lives can be saved with your help, so share it. Let's start with the good stuff, the positives. Benefit number 1. It triggers a powerful surge of feel-good hormones. Every time you ejaculate, your brain unleashes a natural chemical cocktail designed to lift your mood. This mix includes endorphins, your body's built-in painkillers and mood boosters. There's also dopamine, that rush of reward and pleasure, and oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which fosters bonding and relaxation. Then you've got serotonin, the steady hand that regulates mood and builds a sense of well-being. This is why afterward you often feel calm, content, and just plain good. Over time, these regular boosts can keep stress at bay and help maintain a brighter mood. The second benefit, better sleep. If you've ever noticed how easy it is to doze off afterward, you're not imagining it. That's thanks to a hormone called prolactin, which promotes feelings of deep relaxation and drowsiness. Combine that with the calming effects of oxytocin and endorphins, and you've got yourself nature's own sleep aid. For folks who toss and turn at night, this gentle sedative effect can make drifting off far easier, and better sleep at night means more energy the next day. Third, there's the benefit of vasodilation. Basically, your blood vessels opening up wide. During sexual arousal and orgasm, your heart rate climbs and blood flow ramps up across your whole body, not just below the belt. This expansion of blood vessels helps oxygen and nutrients reach your tissues more efficiently. Over time, that can be a plus for heart health and may even help lower blood pressure. Think of it as a quick workout for your circulatory system without leaving the bedroom. The fourth benefit is one that sparked a lot of interest, a lowered risk of prostate cancer. Several major studies have backed up this link. One standout was a long-term Harvard University study tracking over 30,000 men for nearly 20 years. Published in the journal European Urology, it found that men who ejaculated 21 or more times per month had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer than those who did so less often. The theory: frequent ejaculation helps flush out the prostate, clearing away potentially harmful substances and old cells before they can cause trouble. It's not a guarantee, but the evidence is pretty compelling. And benefit number 5, a stronger immune system. It might sound surprising, but there's science behind it. Research shows that sexual arousal and orgasm can raise levels of antibodies like immunoglobulin A or IgA, which is one of your body's first lines of defense against viruses and bacteria. Plus, because stress is a known immune suppressant, the stress-busting effect of orgasm gives your immune defenses an extra edge. Regular release may not be a cure-all, but it can be part of a healthier, more resilient body. Now that we've covered the possible upsides, it's only fair to look at the flip side. What are the potential problems or drawbacks of ejaculating every single day? The first possible concern is that it can slide into being a psychological compulsion. There's a big difference between a healthy habit and something you feel powerless to stop. If you simply enjoy it daily and it doesn't disrupt your life, you're probably in the clear. But if the urge feels overwhelming, so much that it starts affecting your work, your relationships, or your responsibilities, it might be edging into compulsion territory. That loss of control can leave you dealing with guilt or shame and may be a signal of an underlying emotional or mental health issue worth addressing. The second concern is using it as an emotional crutch. Many people turn to masturbation and ejaculation to cope with tough emotions like stress, anxiety, loneliness, or sadness. And yes, the flood of pleasure hormones does offer quick relief, but only temporarily. The problem is when it becomes your go-to way of handling life's rough patches. That short-term escape can crowd out healthier coping tools like going for a walk, practicing meditation, or talking things over with a trusted friend or therapist. In the long run, avoiding the root problem can keep you stuck. The third potential drawback is tied to fertility, a decrease in sperm count per ejaculation. Your body is always producing sperm, but it takes time, around 72 hours, for a full replenishment. If you're ejaculating every single day, your reserves might not fully reload before the next round. This means each release could have fewer sperm. For most men, it's not a big deal. But if you and your partner are trying to conceive, you might improve your odds by spacing out ejaculations to every 2 or 3 days so your sperm concentration is at its peak. Fourth is something a lot of men don't expect, a possible dip in desire. It might seem strange, but overdoing it can sometimes lower libido. That's partly because the brain can become used to the constant rush of pleasure chemicals. If your reward system is constantly on, it can dull the thrill over time, making it harder to feel spontaneous desire. Add in the fact that after orgasm, your body needs recovery time, called the refractory period, and daily ejaculation can keep that desire dial turned down. Taking short breaks can help reignite that spark. And finally, the fifth downside, it can contribute to premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction, especially if your daily routine involves quick, rushed masturbation. If you're always racing to the finish line, you're essentially training your body and brain to sprint instead of enjoy the full experience. That conditioning can carry over into partnered sex, making it harder to last longer. The stress of worrying about performance can also trigger psychological ED, where fear of not performing well actually makes it harder to get or keep an erection. Suddenly, pleasure takes a backseat to pressure, and that can chip away at a healthy sex life. I know that for many men, hearing about issues like premature ejaculation or ED can be deeply frustrating. These challenges are common, but finding a real, lasting fix can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. While today we're focusing on the science behind daily habits, I want to share something I recently came across that might be a game changer for some of you. It's a fascinating video with a completely different approach to restoring male performance. It explains a simple, 100% natural 7-second home remedy designed to tackle the root cause of these performance problems, without pills or injections. Honestly, it's one of the most eye-opening presentations I've seen on this topic. If you want to see it for yourself, just point your phone's camera at the QR code on the screen right now. It'll take you straight to the free video. And for convenience, I've also placed a direct link right at the top of the pinned comments below. With that said, let's bring it all together and summarize the key takeaways about ejaculating every day. So, bottom line, what really happens if you do it daily? As we've seen, it's not a simple question with a one-size-fits-all answer. It's a nuanced topic with a range of possible effects. On the positive side, it can boost your mood, help you sleep better, keep your heart and circulation in good shape, possibly lower your risk of prostate cancer, and even strengthen your immune system. On the flip side, it can drift into being a psychological compulsion or an emotional crutch. And for some men, it could affect fertility or lead to changes in libido. It can also contribute to sexual performance issues like premature ejaculation or erectile dysfunction, particularly if your habits train your body to rush. In the end, the key is balance and self-awareness. There's no magic number that works for everyone. What's healthy for one man might not be for another. The most important thing is to pay attention to how it makes you feel, both physically and emotionally. If a daily release leaves you feeling relaxed, happy, and doesn't interfere with your relationships or responsibilities, it's probably fine. But if it's starting to feel like something you can't control, if it's replacing healthier ways of dealing with stress, or if it's creating problems in your sex life, it might be worth taking a step back. And remember, if you have any concerns about your sexual health, whether physical or emotional, talking to a doctor or mental health professional is always the smartest move. If you found this video helpful and informative, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. I'd also love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.